Welcome to this channel. This channel is for education and culture based on historical and scientific evidence. So those who do not want to face the truth, please do not continue on to watch this video. So in the previous 1 week or so, I have shared many things on Wing Chun, and I have shared a pretty detailed picture on what is internal development for Wing Chun. And also I have shared the proper way of handling the Wing Chun stance. And that leads to many of our Wing Chuner friends in United States and in Europe, particularly in Germany, uh, message me, ask me to further elaborate the internal of Siu Lin Tau training. So today I'm going to share with you, give you a clear picture on what is going on. So here on, you know whether your sets, your Siu Lim Tao training is proper to develop the skill of the ancient Wing Chun or not. And so this is December 23rd, year 2021. I want to give this out to you as a Christmas present. So here on, you're really clear what is going on. And here on, you know how Siu Lin Tao is used to develop the internal and the fighting skill, how to condition your body. So this video is not intended to be a bomb that will crush many people's uh, belief, but it intended to be a present to rectify the entire Siu Lim Tao practice. So here on, there is no mistake or distortions on what is the 1850 Siu Lim Tao training is about. Now, let's start. Most of the Wing Chuners, when they come to me, like to study a set. Many want to study the 1850s Siu Lim Tao sets. Some join the group S21, want to learn the S21 sets. Guess what? In their mind, they are thinking like they are learning a dance where they perform in the state. That's what they think. They think that Siu Lim Tao or S21 is a certain type of secret ancient sets of dance, which is when you mimic this dance, you will develop some kind of magic power called qi, called jing. So that is the common mentality or mindsets of today's Wing Chuner, which I have met majority when they want to learn ancient sets or the S21. So if you speak with or chat with those who is in the S21 group, everyone almost get chilled by me. So why do I chill them? Because it's like Zen. You have to hit away his misleading thinking or mindset, or else it is called hopeless. So it is not that I like to play bad guy or macho guy or authority or whatever to smash away those things. You cannot learn anything if you have those. Well, Hendrik have a special ancient sets, and then I'm going to get the video which is Hendrik do put in the YouTube and mimic it, and then oh yeah, here I have learned this the ancient set. They usually copy mimic my video, and then they took away Hendrik. They will say this is the 1850s Siu Lin Tau sets or something, and then they add in their Tai Chi show or internal show or Wing Chun way of show, and then they call that is the 1850s Siu Lin Tau sets. That's how it is. So today we want to clear cut, knock those things off. It is bullshit. Okay? Those guys who do that have no idea what they are doing. Again, that's why left and right I kick Grandmaster. Yes, those who have Grandmaster title out of my class. Because there's no room for the bullshit like this to screw people. Bottom line, you screw the culture, you screw the people. So let's get into the technical thing. Okay? Let's play cold into technical so everybody benefit. Now, let's take one thing which everybody is familiar with, which everybody talk about it, saying that this is the internal of practice in Siu Lin Tau. You have Qi Gong, Nei Gong, whatever, Fa Jing, whatever. And that is the so-called San Bai Fa sections of Siu Lin Tau, where everybody have, so everybody can relate to it, everybody can have a sense on what is going on and even try it out. The notion is education. You want to try it out what I'm saying here. Don't just listen to me and say, oh, I know. And then you say, I want to doing the Tai Chi way, soft way, this way, that way. Those are dance, okay? Now, say the San Bai Fa. You notice that in every Siu Lin Tau, you always have a time of putting your hand here in the waist area to relax. Say after you perform the first part of it, the section of it, and then you relax, and then you perform the second section, like the San Bai Fa section. So you perform the previous section over here, you take a rest, and then you play the San Bai Fa section and you take a rest. Now, so that take a rest is the first level of the internal art. That is the recovery to tune back your body. So the design of the Siu Lin Tau sets is one, start with recovery, training, recovery, where you stay there for a while, and then training and recovery and training. So for example, when you start Siu Lin Tau, it's always recovery, and then you open up your stance, you recovery, and then you do your section, you recovery, and you do the San Bai Fa. Okay? And then after you do the San Bai Fa, you do recovery. Now, that recovery, as what I explained, that is actually like you really relax and really in rest, sleeping while you're standing. Let your body recovery or back to its recovery state. Okay? So in my yesterday's video, I already shared what is the point you need to pay attention to and handle and develop so that you can recover your body, you can handle this recovery step. Okay, so this recovery step, you'll be able to handle that way. Now, so on top of recovery is what? On top of nurture qi, recovery is nurture qi is recovery, is transportations, right? Now, so that's why let's take the example on this Sampai. So the first level of training of these transportations is mind and body, the awareness and the handling. So in the first transportation, say you do a Sampai like this, basically is your awareness be one with your body to check all your seven bowls, how it functions for the entire body. That is the first level of training in the transportations. So for those who have never trained before, when they start to get aware of their body and the handling of like the seven bowls of the body, of course, they will sense their body is choppy or it is broken here, broken there. It is have edge here, edge there. And the more they train the awareness and the handling of the seven bowls, the synchronizations, as I put in the book Wing Chun Inception, the more you train on your physical and your awareness, physical and awareness is your second element of the six core element. So in this level of training is your first element, which is the physical element, and your mind element become one. This is the first level of training for the transportations. The more you train, the more fluent you will look soft. Okay? That's how you look soft. The more you train with it, when your entire body, like your gear, every gear is uh, being able to synchronize together, it becomes soft. It looks soft. So this so-called soft is not Tai Chi or Wing Chun or soft, song. No, it is using the awareness to aware the entire body, like the seven bowls, and you drill it until that, like the gear, every gear is loop. That's the first level of the Siu Lin Tau transportation training. How many in past 100 years do that? Today we see almost none. Why? They still have their, say, immovable elbow, and then they lock their wrist. Anybody go through the first level know that if you have an immobile elbow here, you lock this thing, the entire body, like all the gear, will not spin correctly. So you can have immobile elbow and wrist like that. You want to mimic soft, you still not be able to be soft because soft is not soft. Soft is the synchronizations of the entire body fluently, where your awareness of the entire body aware of it. So like your sports cars gear, you tune it so that you loop it, you tune it so that the entire gears is so fluent. So later be able to use for what? Racing. Otherwise, if your gear is not trained properly, you want to race, you kick in, you're going to damage your gear. Or if you accelerate too fast, you're going to damage a certain gears of you. So it's like a race car, sport car. Your gear is in the really uh, not synchronized situations. You you push in the gas, you step in the gas, the entire gear, you know what happened. Okay. And of course, the first level is really deep already. The more you train, the more you expand your awareness, the more you have a better handling of your seven balls. The more you have a handling of your physical body. That is Kung Fu. That is how the first level Kung Fu must be developed. So this is not dancing break dance, okay? Now, we come up to the second level of the transportations. Now you start need to power your movement to synchronize it with your breathing, inhale and exhale. That's what the Shaolin call 装气, implant the breathing, 内练一口气. Internally, you train the breath. The first step I show you just now, the first level in the transportation is 外练筋骨皮. Externally, you train your sinews, your muscle, and your bones. That's what it is. The second level is your breathing, your exhale and your inhale. So at this point is one movement, either it is inhale or exhale. For example, this is exhale, and see how long you can exhale. You need to have the lower part, lower abs, natural abdomen's breathing, lower abs, natural lower abs breathing to drive that on top of what you have already developed in the first level of the transportation, the mind and body, or the awareness and the body. Okay? So you want to synchronize that up. Think about it's like synchronize your gasoline get into your car with your gears movement. So your breathing is support your both movement, and you need to have this deep lower abs breathing so that it be able to fully support your body. It is no such thing as you suffocate, you stop breathing, and one movement you have five breathing there. If you do one movement and five breathing, five inhale, exhale, and you have stop breathing in between, that means you are screwing up your body. Okay? So don't be playing smart like somebody said, oh, this is like 站桩, and I have to be in here 站桩 and that 站桩. It's completely screw the entire thing up. That is the problem of playing smart ass and screw the entire thing and still thinking one have this internal stuff. You look around, people doing those in past 120 years. Okay? Now, after you are smooth the breathing synchronized with it, you go to the third steps. The third steps is synchronize your meridian flow. Okay? So synchronize your meridians flow. This get into more refined in the synchronizations. Your body, when you get to this state, your body will be get even into a lighter, lighter weight, feeling lighter. Okay. So how is that happen? It's very simple. If you have the first level training of the mind body, the second is synchronized with your breathing, everything is smooth. When you do a wrong breathing, say for example, you go up there instead of exhale, you inhale, you feel this part is heavy. You feel that your hand is like have no handling, but this part is heavy, heavy. Okay, it's like the entire thing is heavy here when you push out there when you in if you inhale. But if you exhale, you will feel that this is no longer heavy. This feels really smooth, like something is driving this hand outward. Now, when you inhale, the same thing. If you exhale here, you see something is like it is not driving it. It's not supporting your breathing and your arm is not in the same supporting. And if you put your thumb down, exhale like that, you feel the thing heavy. Well, that is not proper. Why? Because the meridian, when you exhale, when you extended your arm out, is that at exhale, your three yin, the hand meridian or the channel, is travel from the chest to the palm. Explain details in the Wing Chun Inception if you want the details. So exhale, the meridian travel from here to the palm. If you do that, there's nothing stuck there. If you don't do that, you reverse it, this thing is stuck here. You can feel it right away. Okay? Even those who have a really basic development in their first step, which is the mind and body and the breathing, they can feel that right away that this is stuffy. Okay? Now, at pulling back in the Wusao, if the thumb is not raised up, but stay like that, it jam the entire thing here. Okay? If you exhale, your thumb is pushing down like that, instead of like that. The proper is like that. This is not proper. This entire thing is jammed, and then you just feel your breathing and your arm is entirely like breaking apart, and it's like heavy like hell. So this is the third level. You want to have the movement, the breathing, and the chi flow synchronized. So the proper thing is exhale, exhale. Your thumb has to come down. Exhale. Inhale, thumb come up, get in. Then you feel like a circulations. You start to feel like it's like some kind of thing is moved there. Okay? And of course, this body is going to move here, not standing like that. You have to stay there, tucking your tailbone. No, why? Because at the first level of the training of the awareness of mind and the body, you already know. If you stuck there, tucking your tailbone, straighten your spine, leaning back, or all those kind of stuff, your body will not work. It will not move smoothly. So at the third level, the key point is the light. If I want to whip it, I can whip it out lightly. Nothing jammed there. That is the third level on the Chi Meridian training. Now, after you have the training, only after you have the training, you get to the next level, which is your force flow. You do the same sampai fat, is the force flow. The first thing when you want to push your hand up, actually your body is going down to the ground. You generate that strength, the action force downward, and then the reaction force upward. You using that reaction force, you go out there. Okay, and then when you come back, the action force going backward here, and you generate a reaction force upward. So that is the forceful training. Like I want to push this thing. I want to push this target. I want to push this target. I have to first generate that action force downward, let the reaction force upward using that to push it up. And if this guy pushing me back, he have the action force into my body, okay? I have to take it down to the body and then using the reaction force backward, I can sustain this or I can shoot him back, take him back. His force going down to the ground, generate the uh, reaction force come and going back at him. That too is in the basic Wing Chun art and science. When I have the wall process and I show the synchronization in the Wing Chun Inception book. Okay. So whenever you do this, you always have the action and reaction force. There's no such thing as you have action force and no reaction force. So at this level, at the third level, you are now synchronizing your body, your mind. On top of that, your breathing. On top of that, your force flow. You reach there, you train up to that level, you have that kung fu. At touch hand, you know I can play with force flow. Even I have a really minimum move of your hand. Like when I push this thing, I just minimum push it. Actually, the force is generated down there and shoot it up. And if you push me, the force is coming there, going down to the ground, and I shoot him up. I can change the directions to get him out. So that is the third level of training. Sorry, the fourth level of training. The first is the mind and body. The second is the mind, body, breathing. The third is the mind, body, chi flow. The fourth is the mind, body, chi flow, and the force flow. Okay, step by step, it developed that. So it is never as song, song. What the heck are you talking about? Like yesterday, I shared the Zhanzhuang video. Oh, usually we will say song dan tian, and then you have to use your spine, your anus. What the heck are you talking about? Do you know your body? And when people have this developed this four level up to now, are you going to play with them? Do you know what is the current, like the water? You see the surface is like that, really quiet, calm lake, surface of water. What is the undercurrent there? That is your Siu Lin Tau Kung Fu. Remember, Siu Lin Tau is the details essential training. All these details. Okay? So there's the transportations level. Okay, you have a four level here. There's the fifth level of transportation, which is prepare you to go for the applications, meaning fighting. And that is the momentum. So you take the same thing. after you master or be able to handle whatever the first 4 level, you want to generate impulse now, like this thing, exhale, generate impulse with your body because it's NV, momentum. Okay? Inhale. This is all momentum play. So this is like, okay? So you punch, you got yourself. This is called Wu Sao. Wu Sao is what? Guarding hand. So it's that is that level. And if you are fluent with it, you'll be able to do. Now it is no longer one long movement. You can section it like you can punch, you can strike 1, strike 2, strike 3, strike 4, got 1, got 2, got 3. This is for ready for your action, which is the third level of your internal art. And at this point, because you do this multiple exhale or multiple inhale, you are going to influence your intra-abdominal pressure. That's where the intra-abdominal pressure, because momentum, okay, you have to have the core handling. Okay, that's all the thing in the fifth level of transportation training. And only after you get through this, you can go to application for real. And now you know that the entire 6 core element go with it. So this is the 5 level of transportations. Only when you develop it, you call yourself, I'm ready for the fighting, the applications. Before that, what do we have? That's why Xi Xiaodong said, well, your Wing Chun is only like that. Look at Xi Xiaodong's video. If you don't go through this, what the heck you have in your Siu Lin Tau training? Not to mention you go doing this opposite or against your human body. You're going to do all kinds of crazy stuff in your stance, which is breaking your lower part of body and the upper part of body. You don't breathe. You lock your joints. You don't know about the meridians. What is stuffy, what is not stuffy, what is heavy, what is not heavy. You don't know about the action-reaction force. What are you doing? How is that a martial arts? You want to import Tai Chi stuff, Zhanzhuang stuff? For past 120 years, you look at all these people who get to this internal, that internal, other thing, do not following this. What do they have? Besides show business, when they do Siu Lin Tau sets. See? So, you want to go to shoot in, you have to go through this in the Siu Lin Tau to develop it before you go in for that, for the shoot in, sticking fighting. And also, the inch power. Inch power is not Bruce Lee's demo. Let me share with you what inch power is about. So this is my opponent. Okay? I shoot in. I strike him with this. Okay? I'm not going to change punch him. My next strike is where? My next strike is when I move over to the other place. From the yin, The yang hand, I turn into the yin hand. So one, it turn, keeping rotating over here. That is what the Wing Chun each power is. That's why you need the snake slide, one move. So you develop that thing. Strike, strike. Okay? All sort of stuff. So it's spinning. Because at the closed body, you don't pull back. You don't need to pull back. You just have to rotate it. And while your body is spinning and twerking, the entire thing is like a tornado or a sickle. You cut back and forth. It is there in the Shaolin Sword Strike Canon or Classic. It is there in the Hermes Zhuang Classic. That's why we know what exactly is 1850 Siu Lin Tau writing is about. And of course, not everybody can train into the fighting because when they get into the fourth level of transportation, if their body don't feel comfortable, not the fourth, sorry, the fifth level, when they start to have a multiple, their momentum, okay, so the first level is mind awareness or mind or awareness with the body. The second is on top of that is with the breathing. The third is with the chi flow. The fourth is the force flow. The fifth is the momentum. When one is weak or tired, when one get into the fifth level, one not be able to develop it. One know that's the one's limitations. That's all. Now, if you want to go to the third level of the internal, you need to pass through the fifth level of the transportations. And there's no reason that we need to go to the the third level of internal. If our body cannot take it, so what? Don't do it. Just do the transportations and have a taste of the fifth level of the transportations. And don't do it because we can use this for our health. We know what happened. That's the reason why I get everybody, like in the Wing Chun Inception, transport it to the fitness tracker. Sometimes people have no idea what they do with their body. So with the heart tracker, like in the Wing Chun Inception, we know what's going on. We know we have the Kung Fu or not. So this is what I'd like to share with you for this Christmas. It is again, it's not intended as a bomb, but my analogy. You want to go to LA from San Jose. If you're traveling north, you'll never get there. And once you find out that you're in the wrong direction, turn your car, go south. There's no need to get depressed, get anger, get resistance, get against. Like we drive a car, you drive North 101. We want to go to LA. And somebody in the car seat say, "Hey, Hendrik, you drive a wrong way. It's supposed to go to the south, not to the north. North go San Francisco, south go to LA. Should I go there whining, bitching, screaming, or say, oops, my fault, turn, go to LA. Then you will get to LA. There's no point to keep whining, moaning, resisting, pissing off, keeping driving towards San Francisco and expect you're going to go to LA. You never get there. So the intentions of this video is to show you what the heck happened with the Siu Lin Tau past 120 years. All this screw up. If this is not rectified, we're going to have to accept Xi Xiaodong said, Wing Chun is just like girly fighting this way. There's no power at all. It's like only that. Yes, it's very fast. It's like a girly fighting. You want to be like that? Sorry, I don't want that. I do not accept that. Because Wing Chun is a descendant of Qi Ji Guang. We can prove it today. Qi Ji Guang, Shaolin Sword Strike, 1850 Wing Chun. Not those movie stuff. Not those legend stuff. Not those fictitious legends. There's a Shaolin temple. Within the Shaolin temple, there's a eternal hall. Within the eternal hall, they practice Wing Chun. And there's Mui there teaching the nonsense. We want the real deal. Because you like it or not, it's in the Japanese documentary of the Xi Xiaodong. You like it or not, it's there, marked in the history. Unless we rectify it clearly, like today in this video, from Silicon Valley, California, United States, you're not going to clear up what Wing Chun is. And today, whatever I share is based on history, evidence, and scientific evidence. Don't have to buy on what I'm saying. Go do research. So for those who really have the heart, want to learn S21, want to learn Siu Lin Tau, this is what the bottom line. There's no Buddhist monk in the cave. There's no Taoist monk in the cave. There's no magic power. It is all blood and sweat, hard work in order to get to this level. The good thing is you do not damage your body. You go step by step. If you be able to handle the momentum, then you get into the third level of internal. As I mentioned there, this is just a momentum handling. When you get into the applications of the internal training, the application level, that is accelerated impulse momentum handling and full speed, full accelerated impulse momentum handling. If we couldn't even handle the momentum, don't go there. When you go up to the momentum handling level, you need to check your VO2 max. If your VO2 max is not up there, good or better, at least above average, why do you want to go do sparring? Why do you want to go to the third level of the internal art? Where you require high VO2 max? Or else you're going to exert yourself, exhaust yourself, and you have tough time for recovery. Because you like it or not, when you get into anaerobic, which is every fight will get into anaerobic, unless you're just going to beating up an old guy. That's called bullying. That's not fighting. When you go fighting, you're going to go into anaerobic. You're going to generate all kinds of EPOC or oxygen deficit. You have tough time of the recovery if you don't have this development of the breathing. So when people have after the sparring, what they do, they can go back to the Siu Lin Tau, go back to the breathing part to help the breathing, the deep breathing while they are moving their body. That's what we call today active recovery. So the ancient Wing Chun is such a deep technology. Why is it become today? It's like a cult. It's not even anything, and it's inside there is like a cult, bad mouthing each other, and outside there you get people like Xi Xiaodong, and everybody say Wing Chun is no useful at all, no good, no can do. What's the point? So today is the December 21st, 2000, December 23rd, 2020, 21. It's time to end the era for past 120 years. Get things proper, get the thing straight, or else you don't have Wing Chun. I cannot do anything. I can only share with you informations. So this is for you today. Merry Christmas.